Welcome to Shut the Front Door.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. We're flatmates, we're best mates, but we never see each other. So we thought, why not start a podcast to catch up?
You can actually watch us as well as listening to us on YouTube or catch us on all of our socials, which is at Shut the Front Door.
Yeah, you can also follow, like, subscribe, all of the good stuff. And that way you'll find out when the next episode is going to be released.
And all of the juice, which is juicy.
Juicy.
It's getting juicier. And I think you can tell this week by our drink of choice.
Got two drinks of
cocktail
choice.
was very neat. Yeah, 2 drinks of choice. We've got one cocktail and I've got a CBD drink. It basically sums up how life's going at the moment.
It's been a stressful week, to say the least.
Stressful week.
What's been going on in
What
the
has
world?
been going on? Oh,
You
God.
start because quite a significant moment in your life, I would say, happened.
Yeah, it's been a pretty tough week, actually. Weirdly, you know how I was literally telling you about, obviously, the chat GPT story? Chat GPT? I always say B. It's chat GPT.
BT.
Yeah, chat GPT guy.
I thought it was B, actually.
In other words, the guy was saying for a year that ghosted me and I hadn't heard from in 6 months. Well, I got to interview him for work this week. So that was fun. Really good, actually.
I do not know how you got through that. I remember when you called me to tell me that it was happening. But also, I sort of loved that he had no idea that you were going to be there.
I like the fact that he didn't have any idea I was going to be there. But I found out a week before it that I was going to be doing it. So I had a whole week to think about it, overthink about it.
She actually, this is quite funny. She came in and was like, right, so this is happening. I'm going to see him. This is exactly what I'm going to say. This is exactly how I'm going to, and I was like, Ellie, mate, I was like, you're going to see him and you're going to crumble. You're just not even going to, because you're not going to know what it feels like to see him after all this time. There was just no way you could have prepared.
I know, but the confidence on the go. I literally walked in, didn't I? And I was like, right, this is happening. I've planned. This is exactly what I'm going to say. And I had it down to a T. And it was just like, this is perfect. Liv just laughed at me and went, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you're literally not going to say anything.
You're literally not going to say anything.
Also, you know what's so funny is you can tell the story of when you met him or when it happened. But she sent me a voice note. She sent me a voice.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't. I was so nervous. Oh God, you might have to cut this out, but go on, you just tell it.
She sent me a voice note.
I had 3 seconds. You know when you've got the busiest day? I was back to back.
Yeah, it was like a big day.
It was
a big
whole
day.
day of interviews, and
was
I
a big
literally
day at
had
work.
3 seconds to message.
So and I was
sent
like,
a
you need to
voice note.
update me as soon as you see him, you need to update me. And so she sent me this voice note, and at the end of it, she just went, "Oh, I farted. Hope you didn't notice."
I listened back to it. I don't know
I
if you
didn't
can
even hear it.
tell.
No, I actually didn't hear it.
You know when
it's so
you
funny.
fart and you have to address the situation because I'm like, can't just
If I'd have noticed.
sweep that one under the radar. Because if you'd noticed I hadn't said anything, I would have been like, that's so awkward.
But you did get through it, and I was proud of you for
I
getting
did get through it.
Just
I got
about.
through the whole day.
Yeah.
And I was actually really, really proud of myself. So basically, I saw him in the morning. And then I knew that I wasn't going to be seeing him for 5 hours. I had loads of interviews before that.
Yeah.
And then his interview came. And it was kind of mental because I think when I'm in presenter mode, my whole mindset is completely different. And I did see him, I saw him come up and I was like, oh my God, my heart dropped. And I was like, everything that you guys literally saw how broken I've been about it. And I was like, I can't, all those emotions cannot come out at all right now. I can't say anything. I don't have time to say anything that I might want to actually say to him. All I can do right now is literally do the interview.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I had to do 2 different small interviews with him, and it's actually mental because you watch the interview back and I am I'm smiling the whole way through it because I am in presenter mode. All I'm thinking about in that moment is just my job, and I think that's obviously quite a good thing. I can switch it on and off for that. As soon as I got in my car after the day had finished, I burst into tears. Like,
She just sent me like a picture, and I just like,
oh my God.
it made me so sad. She's like makeup running down her face.
Like, oh my God, it's actually quite hysterical, really, when you think about it. Because when you see like cartoons or whatever, and they've got like black streaks down their face. I've never had that. Like when I've been crying before, it was honestly, it was like it was an overwhelming sense of I have just had to act completely fine for an entire day whilst I do my job. And then I sat in my car exhausted, like knackered from the day, physically, mentally, get in the car. And I was just like, I can just be myself here. And I sat in the car park, bawling my eyes out, thinking, please no one walk past this car right now.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, what would they have thought? Like, if they'd seen me in my car, I look like a state. But yeah, that was mental. Yeah. And I think the first time I saw him was always going to be really, really difficult.
You might not ever see him again.
Yeah, like might never see him again. Didn't get to say anything I really wanted to, but also, what else can I say? What else can you say to someone when you've said everything over text and they've not said anything, and he didn't reply? So, like nothing I say. I think this is a good
that's it.
Learning point. Done. Do you know what I mean? Like you say it to all your mates. Like if they've not replied, that's an answer enough in itself. There's nothing else they could have said.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, like I said,
this should be closure now. Like even though you haven't got closure in a way because you haven't got like the answers that you probably necessarily wanted from him. The way he acted in that situation.
What's that saying? What's that saying? Like it's like basically actions speaks louder than the words. But no, I mean, I know that one. That's an obvious one. I know that one. No, it's not that. It's like take their silence. Their silence is an answer.
I've never heard that.
Silence speaks volumes or something like that. Some sort of
silence speaks volumes. I've never heard that either.
Oxymoron. Do you know what an oxymoron is?
When opposites.
Yeah, something like that.
Why are you trying to make me look stupid?
I was just checking. I thought it was a big word for me.
Such a liar.
Learned it in year 6. Felt like a big time. Yeah, anyway. That was horrendous. And can I just say one thing I also want to say? Yeah. When you're in that situation, I think you do have to realise that that if they want to, they will. Yeah. And he didn't. And
that's it.
Yeah. I doubt I'll ever hear from him again. And
hopefully you can finally move on and find yourself a nice boy.
Oh yeah, because that's what all of us are good at doing.
Oh yeah, classic.
Olivia.
Anyway, it was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
Fairly recently.
How was it? Because I wasn't here.
Yeah, you weren't here. I celebrated it with my friend. I'm not a huge fan of birthdays. Like I don't mind my birthday.
Hate turning another year older.
This is obviously the girl we spoke about that celebrates her birthday for about a week. But I don't like, I did something last year because it was my 30th and I felt like I had to. And that was really fun. But this year I was like, I did something small with my friends. But then I actually worked on my actual birthday. Yeah. But it was really nice.
I think you loved that though. You tell the story about the cake.
Yeah. So obviously I was working at Baller League, which I have been doing every Monday. And it's actually finished now for the first season. But I was on air and it was me, Chunks and John Terry. Obviously everyone knows, Chelsea fan. So that's like...
You're a Chelsea fan?
So anyway, we were sat there and they'd already said at the top of the show, I asked Joe Tomlinson a question and he was like, oh, but it's your birthday. And I was like, oh, sweet. But I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, oh, that's nice. And then we sat down to chat with John Terry literally about the game and then he just got handed a cake. And it'd been quite an emotional...
Did he know the cake was coming?
Yeah. I think everyone knew apart from me. And it'd been quite an emotional week. I'd been going through it. And I was just genuinely, he literally was like, I asked him a question and I was just sat there I saw him got handed the cake and I lit my, when a kid's bottom lip goes, I was like, I'm going to cry here. But he literally handed me the cake. He was like, Liv, I just wanted to say, you're amazing. We love you. We love you so much. You're amazing at your job and all this. And I was just sat there Chunks, can you ask something? Because I'm going to cry. But it was
Did you say that on camera? That's adorable.
It was so surreal because it's that's the as a big Chelsea fan, that's the guy that you've grown up watching. That's the best captain at your club. So it's it was a properly surreal moment to have John Terry handing me a birthday cake and saying all those nice things. So that was really nice.
Yeah, that's actually, if you think that could have happened on your 30th, that would have been really good.
Yeah, all right. You've just given away my age.
You said it about 3 seconds ago. How old are you getting?
I did actually say it was my 30th last year. Yeah. All
right. Sorry.
But I suppose that moves us on nicely to actually the topic of what we're going to talk about today, because I'm 31, Ellie's 26. So actually, I think you would think there's obviously 5 years between us. Good maths.
Great maths.
Great maths. And I think people probably think you're at different stages of your lives, and obviously we are in some aspects, but we're also very similar in some aspects as well.
Weird.
Because I don't feel like, whenever I'm around you, I don't feel 5 years older than you.
Because I'm so mature.
I think she looks 5 years older than me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know.
But that is the biggest compliment.
The shit thing is that people go, oh, like, you know, like, are you guys the same? No, she's 5 years older than me.
I do, yeah. And that's the one thing I like about looking young. Yeah. Like, people, when I say I'm 31, they're like, what? You're like 25. I'm like, stop.
I go, how old do you think I am? And they go, 42. No, I had a 30, and I was about to say I was so offended, but sorry.
What do you think, obviously, the 5-year age gap, it feels a lot.
It feels, if you say it out loud, right? If you say, I'm seeing someone 5 years older, 5 years younger, whatever, and you say like the age gap, if I said, oh, I'm seeing a 21-year-old, you'd be like, excuse me. It's weird because I feel like the older you get, age gaps become less like obvious. Like,
yeah, I think in any like even friendship,
in every sort of walk of life,
everything. Yeah, they do.
But with us, it's like I just never feel like we've been like that we've been
age.
at any different stage of our life. Like everything that always happens to us weirdly happens at the same time.
Yeah, that's
we get into a
really
relationship at the same time.
Yeah,
we go through heartbreak at the same time.
Yeah,
like
just if anything bad happens, it seems to be at the same time. It's really weird.
I would just say the one thing that is different from us is where we're at in terms of like our work life. But we're going to get onto that. And at first, we want to talk about where you are, and where you wanted to be at this age, and are you in that place?
When you like think back to when you're younger, I think everyone has this ideal like image in your head of like you meet the love of your life, early 20s, you have fun together, then by like 28 you're married, or like maybe like 26 you're married, 28 you have kids, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
My career for me is the most important thing, other than friends and family obviously, but like it's the most important thing for me, and I want to establish myself as well as I can. I know it's very boring, but like I want to establish myself as well as I can in work before I start a family. Yeah. And also like 31 ain't even that old. Yeah. I keep telling myself this. Is it old? I don't know.
No,
I think when I was 20, I always used to look at 30-year-olds and be like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But now I'm 31, I'm like, it's not even old.
Do you know what? On the Friends episode where like Rachel turns 30, I'm like, oh my God, 30 is so old. What is she still doing? Like hanging out with all her mates all the time. Like she needs to get her life together. And now Liv's living in our with our lives not together.
No, my life is definitely not together. Jesus.
So
work
not together.
is together, but my life.
Yeah.
I also think it's hard.
I would agree. But you know what? Like I've said for the last like 2 years at least, like since things have been going like how they are like career wise, I've always said like my career comes first.
But I don't think it does.
Career comes for me.
No,
you saying that?
No,
I think it does.
I don't think
my career definitely comes first.
No, because had whatever happened with
I know.
with your ex, okay, hear me out. Had what have happened with your ex not happened, you would have probably had a kid by now, or you'd have been trying for a kid by now, because that's what you wanted with him.
No. I do agree. I do agree.
Now your career is your priority, but it wasn't a year ago.
No, that bullshit.
When you met him, it wasn't.
No, a year ago, my career, it's always been my priority. But no, hold on, hear me out. Don't be a dick. My career is up there with like one of the most important things for me. But I'm also such a fairy tale-ist.
Yeah.
A fairy tale-ist. And
I'm not.
And with like the love I thought I had, I thought like nothing is ever going to compare to this.
Yeah.
And I never want to lose it. And this is the most important thing.
Because you thought he was the right person.
I also think, what is a career if you can't share it with someone that you're in love with?
Yeah,
that's my point.
No, that's very
so I was like, I did, and I actually, one of the first things I ever said to him was, my career comes first. To him, I was just like, and then I was like, I'd give everything up for you.
Yeah.
Because I realised
you were willing to give up your career
because
for him.
I love love more than anything in the world, I think.
I think I love my job more than love, to be honest.
You love Chelsea more than anything in the world.
Love. Jesus, my life is sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, now you're like, I would 100% say, especially these last this last year, like 6 months to a year.
Yeah, the last
really
6 months.
You've really put your career first.
Yeah, but also like we don't have time for anything else, I think. Like I always say this to you, and you go, if you wanted to, you'd find time. But
it's because she chats like the wrong people that she actually doesn't want to talk to. But if she was chatting to someone she liked, you would make time.
I go to Liv the other day. I was like, I literally have no time to see him. Like I was like about this guy that was like sort of like going on a few dates with. I was like, I literally have no time.
She was like,
and Liv's like, what are you doing tomorrow?
Do you know what she said? She was like, I have no time in the next like 6 weeks to see him. And I said, what are you doing tomorrow? And she was like, oh yeah, like packing for my holiday. And I went, okay, so you're free tomorrow. And then there was like literally in the space of about 4 days, she was free 2 of them. I was like, you just don't want to see him because you would make time. You would make time.
No, okay, this is actually a really good point. You would make time. If you want to see someone,
you do.
You will make time.
Yeah, even if it's just like an hour.
Yeah.
You've got an hour free and you're like, I've only got an hour free, but I can see you in that time. You would 100% do it.
No, this is so true.
Yeah, I would say like the last like 6 months to a year is probably when you've like fully been like, right, work comes first.
Yeah.
And now like definitely, because also you'd be stupid not to prioritize work because of how well you're doing.
Yeah. Like, and also I think when you get to like little stages like that as well, you kind of have to just like power on through as much as like as tired as you are.
Yeah.
But I think what people wonder with us as well, with the age gap, is like, do we compare ourselves to each other? I've got an easy answer to this, but what's your answer?
I know what you're going to say.
Oh.
I think you're going to say yes, you do compare you to me.
Yeah,
but that's just.
But I think that's normal because you're older,
and that's the only realistic. Like,
and you've been like my like in certain aspects. There's lots of things that we want to do completely differently, like different avenues that we want to go down within presenting, and like I quite like the fact that they are different. But like I've obviously got to compare myself to you because I'm like, okay, like I want to get to this by this stage because Liv's absolutely smashing life. She's a few years ahead of me. Like if I want to be smashing it like more by then, I want to be making sure that I'm doing the right things. And sometimes I'll come and say to you like, what do you think about this, or what do you think about me doing this? Because I want to be like getting myself in the right place to make sure that I'm
but I think
where
that's a good
you are
thing.
when
And
I get
think the only reason you do that is because of the age gap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If
like,
you were,
because I'm 5 years older than you, which means I've got a 5-year head start. So I like when I finished uni and first got a job, you were still like 18.
Yeah.
Like not even probably thinking about what you wanted to do. That is there because of the age gap.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've
if we
ever
were the
been
same
like
age, I don't think that we would. Well, I think everyone has ugly thoughts, right, about like jealousy or things like that. But also like I think we're like quite open. Well, I'm really open with everything I think and feel all the time.
I don't
think
I've
that if
ever
we were
been...
the same age, I think I'd just say, oh, I'm well jealous you're doing that.
Yeah, because it's not like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like there is obviously bad jealousy being like, oh, like why is she doing that? She doesn't deserve that. But we've never had a friendship.
We don't
like
have that.
And we would never ever have a friend. Like, I don't think we would be friends.
I think the only way that something like that would ever happen is if like we snaked each other for something that we were going for. Like if you knew I was going for something and then you went and like went for it.
Yeah.
Like it'd be different if we were both in it and we didn't like know of it. But if I'd said to you, oh, I really want to do this, and then you went, oh, I'm going to try and do that as well. But that just has never happened, and we're quite different.
It didn't nearly happen. But when you called me about the NFL thing.
Oh yeah, and they'd messaged you as well.
And actually at the time, imagine it like it didn't once cross my mind to then be like, oh, I can do this, by the way.
Yeah,
because they messaged me asking.
Yeah.
But as soon as you told me that was yours, I was like, there is no way that I would ever have put myself in a situation that would have messed up something that you have deserved and you've got.
Yeah.
Like you earned that on your own, and that was like one of the first things you got.
Yeah, that was like
a massive thing for your a massive thing for your career, and like you're doing it again.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a reason for that. That was like a huge moment for you, and actually, I think it's probably like helped massively in you being a presenter and like just like doing something different.
It was just a completely new thing for me. And I think like
and it's so cool
we've got like different little things that we do. Like we've both obviously met doing Premier League work, and then you've gone and done boxing and like you've done like F1 stuff and stuff. Golf has always been like I did golf before football as a presenter, so that's like always like. And I think
golf
your
number one.
Oh, it's a good question.
There's no wrong answer.
Do you know,
I don't know why.
I don't. I think as which sport I enjoy following, like the sport and doing the interviews in that specific like the actual sport and talking about the sport more and what they've just done on the field or on the pitch or whatever.
That's because you know golf better than you know football.
Yeah, but weird because I played football my whole like.
But that's.
Like,
but
growing
I'm not
up,
saying you don't know. You just know golf.
I know,
like
I
boxing.
I
don't know. I know
Yeah,
football better than I know boxing.
Yeah.
But I cover them both.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I love being out and about. I love being like on the course, in and amongst it.
Here's
like,
a good question.
Shots.
The Masters or the World Cup final?
Masters.
There you go. There's your answer then.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even like...
Mental. But then when it comes to doing like the type of content that we do, I'd choose the Premier League content that I do.
Because golfers are a bit boring, aren't they? Well, they come across a bit boring, I think. They seem quite serious.
I think it's because they never get to do any fun stuff.
Maybe
they are actually funny and fun.
Yeah.
But also golf, like an individual sport compared to a team sport, miles off it.
The pressure,
like the difference, and in the type of person you have to be to see yourself through in that type of career is mental. And you don't have a team behind you. There's no one else to blame except yourself and your golf clubs when you're having a bad day.
Yeah. Ellie brings her golf clubs to Top Golf, by the way, just in case anyone didn't know. That is how tragic she is. And she bought a visor as well.
I took a cap.
She bought a cap.
Not a visor, but I feel like...
And she still lost.
It blinkers you. Yeah, that's Top Golf does not determine your golf capability.
She's very good at golf, actually. Although actually, when it was her birthday, like a few months back, we were sat around a table having dinner, like a barbecue. And I can't remember how it got brought up. I think it was like you were saying you were going to play and you were going to play in some golf day.
Oh yeah.
And your mum was like, "She's not that good." I was like, "Suze," I was like, "That's mean." No, but she's not. She was asking me if I'd carried on, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like, I'm not sure." And then she was like, "Yeah, he's not that good."
Do you know? So
just post her good shots on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. The good shots get posted. The bad shots, no one ever sees those. And also, given how much like work we do and how much we prioritize that and everything, as I said, like it can be hard sometimes to then spend time finding someone that you actually like, going on dates, meeting people, like where you meet people. But like relationship wise, are you where you thought you'd be at this age?
I don't know. I think when you get to like my age, there is always something. I need a drink. No, there's always something in the back of your head that's like, am I getting on a bit? Like, have I got enough time? Because obviously if you want to have kids and stuff, you have to start thinking about things as well. Like, it doesn't just always happen naturally. It's not easy to have a baby. But I try not to compare myself to like all of my friends because like I said earlier, a lot of my friends are in relationships. They have been for years, like 5, 6, 7 years. But then, do you know what I find weird is that I actually don't compare myself to them. I think sometimes when I'm having like an emotional moment, if something's not going well in my relationship, I'm sat there thinking like, why can't it just be like, why can't it just be good? Why can't it just be like that? But then I do then. So you think about that a lot then, yeah? I do like quickly then snap out of it and think like my path has been so different to theirs in terms of that was always their priority and it obviously happened for them, but like they don't do their dream jobs. They're not living their dream. Like they're not doing their dream jobs, but their dream was to have a family young and they've achieved that. So it's just having like where your priorities are. And so like I try not to think too much about where I am. And you're the worst.
So different.
She's 5 years younger than me, but this is look how beautiful she is. And she always thinks that she's
If you're listening, start watching.
Oh yeah, sorry. You need to actually watch to see how beautiful she is. She doesn't sound beautiful. No, I'm joking. No.
All that voice like a man.
I think you're really bad at thinking that you're never going to meet anyone ever again. And you're like, oh my God, I'm like 26. How am I going to do this? How am I going to meet? But you will. Like, do you know, it's ridiculous and you shouldn't go on TikTok. But the amount of people I see on TikTok that are like, I met my man of my dreams at 36. I met the man of my dreams at 34.
I just see, it's my childhood sweetheart and we've been together for 20 years. And
your algorithm needs to change. Stop
algorithm.
Stop liking that shit. Because like, it all just comes up. You're a liar. Save it. You just save it. One day it'll be me. One day it'll be
I've got a couple, like I have a friend's album where I save things that I want me and Liv, or me and my mates to like recreate on TikTok. And then I have a couple one like waiting for the day that I actually have.
Yeah, no, to be fair, when me and Tom were like going through like a rocky patch, I like saved so many like emotional things. And I was just like, every other scroll on TikTok, I was just like crying. And I was like, oh my God.
Your algorithm was messed
up. Wasn't it?
And it was so apt. It was weird.
Yeah, it was so weird. I don't like it. I try not to do that on
But
TikTok.
no, I think my issue, right, is that my two main things in life are love and like being sick at my, like wanting to be so sick at my job. And I'd be like, I want to be like top of my job and I want to be in a relationship that's like the best thing ever. And they are equally matched.
Yeah.
So like I think
when you've got one and not the other.
When you've got one and not the other, I'm like, well, what's the point in this if I can't share it with anyone here? And then if I was in something and like my relationship wasn't like, and my job wasn't going well, I'd be like, oh, like, well, like that's not. I don't know. That's just. Yeah.
Do you think I find it weird? Not weird. I don't know if it's just a mad coincidence that most of my friends that I now consider friends, but are the people I work with, are single. Like
this
the women, women in our industry
stresses me out.
Are single.
Why is that?
The only single friends I have are friends that work in the same industry.
I'm trying to think about my friends.
Like mainly, obviously, your friends are a different age, so like 26 is still.
I have 3 friends. I have like I'm really lucky. I've got a good group of friends.
Yeah,
4 of them are single. No, but it's everyone in our industry. Why are all the presenters or everyone in our industry single?
I don't know.
Is it because there's no time? Is it because you're like looking for the next best thing, thinking the grass is greener on the other side, like idolizing
distractions,
some, like, life? What is it?
I don't know.
I find it bizarre.
I don't think it's a mad coincidence, to be honest.
I don't think it's coincidence. There's something. It's weird.
Yeah.
But no, I think like me in terms of relationship, I'm definitely not where I thought I was going to be at this point. I thought. At 26, I thought I was going to be engaged at 26, have kids by the time, get engaged at 26, married when I'm 28, and have kids by the time I'm 30. That was my exact line. And so, but I did see a fortune teller at the beginning of this year, and she said that I was going to find the man of my dreams that I fall in love with at the end of this year. Apparently, he has already got a kid though. That's fine.
Well, moving on. That moves us on nicely, actually.
To
kids. He has a kid. Oh, that moves it to what?
To what?
Yeah, to kids.
Yeah.
Because if someone was to ask me right now if I want kids.
Do you want kids?
The answer's not yes or no.
What? No, that blows my mind. You would be such a good mum.
I love my nephew, right?
Yeah.
He's the cutest thing. Like, he's such a beautiful little boy. But I spend a day with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do people do this?
It's
like, genuinely,
mental.
Looking after my nephew I used to look after him every Wednesday to help my sister out when he was like a baby. Not a baby, but like he could crawl and he could just start walking. It's the hardest day at work I've ever done in my life. Harder than any day of work that I've actually been physically paid for. Really? Like, and my mum's always like, no, whoa. My mum's always like, oh, but Liv, like, I want more grandkids. And I'm like, piss off.
No, I don't think that's true.
Forced. She said to me when I was 28, I think you should think about getting your eggs frozen. I was like, and even my little sister.
The thing is,
my little sister was like,
she wrong?
What?
Is she?
I mean, maybe I'm 31 now. So if she said it to me now, I might be like, do you know what? Actually, because I do know a few people that have done it, a few people that work in the industry that have done
scary.
It. But if you ask me right now, I'm not like, yes, I want kids. I'm not like, no, I don't want kids. I'm very much in the middle.
Okay, I'd say that's probably our biggest difference then. I genuinely, I would say our biggest difference because I cannot imagine a life not having kids.
I just think that, like, imagine when you like get older and you can just do whatever you want, whenever you want. You don't have to think about kids. Start having a dog.
Not
think about it before you go out.
Yeah, that's, you've got to think about it for everything you do. But like, I just think it would be the best thing. Imagine half of you and half of the person you're in love with, merge them. See, right, I wouldn't have had kids. I would say I wouldn't have kids until, like 30, just before 30. I'd say around 30 is like the age that I'd want kids. But had you said to me a year ago, would you have kids? I'd be like, I'd have them right now. Because I think everything comes with, if you're with the right person and if you're at the right stage of life. It just depends. Like, my mates, some of them have been with their girlfriend or boyfriend 10 years and are only just talking about moving in or whatever. They're not rushing anything. Some of my friends have met their boyfriend, girlfriend 7 months ago and are moving in, talking about having kids, talking about getting married. It depends where you're at.
Yeah, and like there's no set timeline on how you should be living your life.
Yeah.
Like, people have this like mad image in their head of what their life's supposed to be like, and then is frowned like or looked down on people that haven't got all of that sorted. Yeah. It really does not matter what age you get married, what age you have kids. If you end up having doing both, it doesn't matter when you do it. If you meet the love of your life at 21, it doesn't matter if you meet the love of your life at 31, if you meet the love of your life at 35. As long as you're happy when you do it. Also, this is really deep. I don't really like getting deep.
No, I like it. Carry on.
No, but I'm just like, you just
had a drink. Woo!
Yeah, it's gone to my head a bit actually. 2 hours sleep last night wasn't good.
Don't lay up.
No, I just think that's a good way of looking at life. Like, you're 26, I'm 31. we're both in different stages of our lives, but also very similar stages in some aspects, but it's also fine.
Yeah.
Whatever stage of your life you're in, that's just how it's supposed to be. And as cliche as it sounds, I just think whatever is meant to be will be.
What a lovely, lovely roundup. Like, honestly,
Can we move on to, like...
Should we just clip up that rant from Liv for like a minute? Like, you go, girl, get a bit deep.
I didn't mean a word.
Sorry, just compare her talking about like Chelsea, like, yeah, like, and then this, like...
I'm way more passionate about Chelsea than I am about anything.
Mate, you got into that just now.
It's true. I don't know. Young girls might be watching.
Yeah.
So just got to tell them, give a bit of advice from a 31-year-old.
Preach to the choir, 31, yeah. It's fine if you're not in where you want to be by this age. It's so fine. Don't worry about it.
That's you, mate, not me. That's you.
26, it's fine.
It is fine.
Okay, well, that is it for episode 5. We kind of went off on one there, but I actually really enjoyed that. Did you?
Yeah, some of it.
I enjoyed you. Yeah. I think we had a little bit of a heated debate in the middle of that, but it's absolutely fine. And next week, we're actually going to be doing a Q&A. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask at all about...
Within reason.
At all about either of us, please send them in and we're going to do our best to answer as many as we can.
Yeah, we're going to pick the best ones.
We're going to pick the best ones.
I mean, that's assuming we've got loads. Maybe people aren't that interested. I hope they are.
No one actually cares.
Remember, as well as listening, you can watch us. We're on YouTube every single week as well. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and you'll find out exactly when the next episode will be released.
We are on all socials at Shut the Front Door, and you can also email us at shutthefrontdoor@insanity.com. So send the questions in and anything else, and we will see you next week.
Bye.